very long history there, and it's not my relationship. It has nothing to do with me, so I respect that a lot.
Selena Gomez is pretty,
Oh.
but I
Okay.
don't like her. I think she's cute. I think she's a cutie, but
Best part of the teenage years. Got shut off at perfect timing. Too.
Time to her, right?
I was like,
'Cause we getting
cute.
deep.
It's on
Yeah, we're getting
purpose.
deep. Deep.
You're not gonna believe what just dropped. Hailey Bieber just opened up about something that has fans spiraling, and yes, it's about Justin's obsession with Selena. It's not what you think, or maybe it's exactly what you think. But that's not all, because right after that, Selena claps back in a way no one saw coming. She's calling out Justin directly, and she's hinting that he might have sabotaged her relationship with Benny Blanco. This drama goes deep, and if you thought the Elena saga was over, oh, it's very much alive. It started with a whisper. Hailey Bieber, sitting down for an interview, finally cracked open the door on a subject she's avoided for years, Justin's past. And not just any past, her past with him, and his with her. The moment she said Selena's name, everything shifted. Not in a petty way, not in a headline-grabbing outburst. It was something more raw. Something that sounded like she's been holding it in for way too long. But while Hailey was sharing her truth across the internet, Selena Gomez was quietly watching. And when she responded, it wasn't vague. It wasn't subtle. It was a direct shot. And what she accused Justin of could change the way fans see their entire breakup. So, what exactly did Hailey say? In a quiet, almost shaken tone, she mentioned that there are certain comparisons that just won't go away. That no matter how far she and Justin move forward, the shadow of his past love follows them. And then, the line that set the internet on fire: it's hard when someone you love is still emotionally tied to something unfinished. Instantly, the speculation exploded. Was she talking about Justin and Selena? Was that word unfinished a silent confession? But Selena didn't wait long. Just hours after Hailey's words hit the timeline, Selena posted a cryptic IG story with lyrics that fans think were meant for Justin. But then, she dropped a comment that changed everything. In a now-deleted reply, she said, "Funny how some people don't want you happy unless they control the story." Then came the rumors. Sources close to Benny Blanco claimed that something or someone had put sudden pressure on the relationship. Meetings canceled. Plans delayed. And Selena? Quiet again. Now fans are connecting the dots. Did Justin interfere with Selena and Benny's engagement? Was Hailey's confession a warning or a cry for help? One thing's for sure, this love triangle might have ended years ago. But behind the scenes? It's very much still alive. And this time, it's not just breaking hearts, it's rewriting the whole story. Please don't forget to subscribe and like this video. It is free and help us bring you enjoyable content. And of course, watch till the end.
From my previous relationship, I think I still was dealing with a lot of unforgiveness and all that sort of stuff. So, I felt like she respected me at the time, and I had a lot of respect for her. And so I just didn't want to say something and then she'd see me off.
The story begins not with a scandalous tweet or a TMZ leak, but with a quiet, loaded admission. I think Selena Gomez is pretty, but I don't like her. I think she's cute. I think she's a cutie. These words, floating somewhere between compliment and confession, open the door to a much deeper, naughtier truth. This isn't just about celebrity drama, it's about emotional residue, unresolved grief, and the impossible task of trying to live in the present when the past keeps knocking. We know the headline: Justin Bieber, Hailey Bieber, and Selena Gomez, a trio so often caught in the same orbit that it almost feels cosmic. And while it's easy to brush this off as just another episode of pop culture déjà vu, what we're really looking at is a case study in memory, identity, and the silent ghosts that haunt relationships, even long after the final goodbye. So why does this story still grip us? Why do we keep coming back? It's because beneath the tabloid gloss is something universal. The question of what it truly means to move on, and what happens when someone we thought was part of our past keeps showing up in the present. When Justin Bieber and Selena Gomez first got together, they weren't just teenagers in love, they were America's teenagers in love. Everything about their relationship was watched, tweeted, recorded, and replayed. It wasn't private, it was public domain. A fantasy for fans. A battleground for the media. They were cute and chaotic, passionate and problematic, all the things that make a love story addictive. But as any real person knows, loving someone at 17 is one thing. Being tethered to that version of yourself at 30 is another entirely. Justin and Selena broke up, then got back together, then broke up again, and again. Each reunion fed the idea that they were meant to be, that destiny just needed to get the timing right. When it ended for good in 2018 and Justin married Hailey Baldwin, just a few months later, it felt abrupt. Sharp. Like a door slamming shut, except it didn't stay shut. Curious? Of course you are. Because things didn't unfold the way stories are supposed to. Especially not love stories. Let's be clear, Hailey Bieber isn't the villain here. She didn't steal anyone. She wasn't a rebound. But she did marry a man who, if not still emotionally entangled with his ex, was certainly being shadowed by her. Imagine being a newlywed, and every comment on your post isn't about your honeymoon glow, but your husband's old flame. Hailey has had to deal with constant comparisons, conspiracy theories, and outright hate. And yet, through it all, she's maintained a kind of grace, or maybe just carefully curated silence. But even the most confident partner would flinch at the idea that your spouse's feelings might not be entirely resolved. Even more so when the internet seems to agree. Now ask yourself this: if your partner still carried a flame, even a small, flickering one, for someone else, would you want to know? Would you pretend not to notice? Or would it break you? Selena Gomez, meanwhile, has spent the last few years transforming. She stepped back from the spotlight, focused on mental health, poured herself into music that feels more like diary entries than radio singles, and became an outspoken advocate for self-worth and boundaries. Her album Rare wasn't just music, it was an unfiltered lens into her pain and growth. In interviews, she's spoken candidly about heartbreak, emotional abuse, and reclaiming her narrative. Then came Only Murders in the Building, her beauty brand Rare, and most recently, her public relationship with music producer Benny Blanco. It's been a rebranding, yes, but also a reclaiming. So, if Selena is seemingly doing so well, why does the past still linger? Is it just the fans? The media? Or is it something deeper, perhaps a psychic tether between her and Justin that refuses to be cut clean? In a recent interview, Justin Bieber was asked a relatively innocent question about his proudest teenage moment. What followed was anything but simple. He trailed off, got quiet, then started talking about his relationship with his ex. He didn't name her, but everyone knew. He didn't say Selena. He didn't need to. These moments, the slip-ups, the metaphors, the pauses, tell a story that Instagram posts never could. It's the story of a man who seems to be haunted not just by an old love, but by the version of himself that loved her. We all have those memories, don't we? The ones that live behind our ribs, pressing gently, especially when life gets too quiet. For Justin, those memories are being relived under a microscope. And for Hailey, they're being relived in her house. Let's talk about emotional muscle memory. The idea that you can miss someone without wanting them back. That a smell, a song, a stray thought can catapult you into another life, another self. That's what makes long-term relationships so complicated, especially in marriage. You're not just committing to someone's present, you're coexisting with their past. Hailey married Justin, the man, the icon, the reformer. But she also married the echo of the boy he once was with Selena. And lately, that echo's been getting louder. Reports claim that Justin has been struggling emotionally since Selena's engagement. That the idea of her truly being gone has stirred something in him. Not necessarily a desire to go back, but a grief over what's been lost forever. Is that betrayal? Or is it just human? Let's not pretend we're innocent here. Every time a TikTok decodes Selena's lyrics or Hailey's outfit, we hit play. Every time someone posts a timeline of their relationship drama, we scroll. We dissect facial expressions, follow likes, and unfollows like clues in a murder mystery. Why do we do this? Because celebrity relationships are the Greek myths of our generation. The heartbreaks feel larger than life. The stakes higher. The ending's more tragic. But it's also because these stories mirror our own, just more glamorous. We've all had a past love we couldn't quite shake. We've all been Hailey, feeling second best. We've all been Selena, trying to reclaim our worth. And maybe, just maybe, we've all been Justin, confused, sentimental, and caught between the pull of nostalgia and the pressure to move forward. Let's get philosophical for a moment. What does it mean to truly let go of someone? Is it deleting their number? Is it watching them fall in love with someone else and feeling nothing? Or is it a slow, stumbling journey full of relapses, dreams, and songs you skip because they hit too close to home? Maybe first love never really leaves you. Maybe it buries itself in the background, like white noise only noticeable when the rest of life quiets down. For Justin, maybe Selena isn't just a person. She's a symbol of youth, of possibility, of who he was before the fame hardened him. And maybe that's why she's still showing up in his heart, even if he doesn't want her back. Hailey has a choice, and frankly, it's one most people wouldn't envy. She can ignore the whispers, pretend not to notice the shift in Justin's mood. Or she can confront it, risk fracturing the image of a perfect marriage. But maybe she doesn't have to choose. Because maybe love isn't about being the only one someone has ever loved. Maybe it's about being the one they choose again and again, even with the ghosts in the room. If Justin truly loves Hailey, if he's committed to their future, then the past doesn't need to be erased. It just needs to be acknowledged and then gently, firmly, left behind. This isn't really about Selena Gomez, Hailey Bieber, or Justin Bieber. It's about you. It's about all of us. It's about what it means to carry someone's memory. To try and love again when a piece of your heart is still under construction. To wonder if you're someone's first choice or just their safest. It's about how healing isn't linear, how relationships are messy, and how the past doesn't always stay in the past. But most of all, it's about choosing every day to live in the present. To build something new, even while standing on the ashes of something old. So next time you find yourself spiraling down a celebrity love triangle rabbit hole, ask yourself, what am I really looking for here? Because the answer might not be on Instagram. It might be in your own story. Does Justin still carry feelings for Selena? Is Hailey stuck living in a love triangle she never signed up for? Or is the internet just making a mountain out of a metaphorical molehill? Drop your thoughts. Share your take. Or better yet, think about your own story. Who's still haunting your heart? And who are you finally ready to let go of? In another news.
I am beyond proud to know that there is someone in the world that deeply cares about every tiny detail about who I am. And to have someone support me, encourage me, inspire me, and motivate me.
I thought marriage was gonna fix all my problems. Maybe you're not the person that you necessarily thought that
It's
you
a
were.
fairy tale turned soap opera, and no, this isn't your average tabloid headline. Imagine thinking marriage would be the cure to all your chaos, only to realize it might have been the spark that lit a dumpster fire. That's the reality a lot of people face, especially when the glitter fades and real life sets in. And if you think this only happens to us regular folks, think again. Celebrities are just as messy, just as lost, and just as tangled in emotional webs as the rest of us. So when Selena Gomez, the girl-next-door pop princess, found herself happily engaged to Benny Blanco, the internet didn't throw confetti, it threw shade. Why? Because that he is apparently not over it. Cue Justin Bieber. Suddenly, cryptic Instagram posts, song lyrics, fan theories, and emotional chaos are everywhere. What started as a private celebration turned into a global spectacle, and we're diving headfirst into the middle of it. But this isn't just about celebrity drama. It's about identity, heartbreak, self-worth, and the lies we tell ourselves to make sense of love gone wrong. Buckle up. The internet gasped. Not because Selena Gomez got engaged, people kind of saw that coming, but because it wasn't to Justin Bieber. After years of emotional back and forth, public heartbreaks, song lyric shade, and social media silence, Selena said yes to someone else. Enter Benny Blanco. He's not the archetype of Hollywood heartthrob status, but he's authentic. Supportive, creative, kind. A guy who cares about the tiniest details of who Selena is. The kind of love that doesn't make headlines because it's too healthy. And yet, the internet couldn't let her be happy. Why is that? Maybe it's because deep down, we're all just a little bit addicted to the idea of the one that got away somehow coming back. But we'll get to that. Before we move on, have you ever loved someone who didn't love you the way you needed? If so, keep reading. Here's where things spiral. Justin Bieber, happily married to Hailey Baldwin, or so we're told, decides to post a sweet picture with his wife. Totally normal. Except it's soundtracked by All My Ghosts by Lizzie McAlpine. Cue the emotional tsunami. Why this song? Why no? The lyrics talk about a wedding. A love that's haunted by the past. Someone wiping away tears. It's almost too poetic to be an accident. Fans didn't hesitate. Comments exploded. We know why you posted this. This is a cry for help. Why are you still not over her? It's wild how a single Instagram post can feel like a full-blown memoir if the timing is right. But was it intentional? Or are we all projecting? More importantly, why do we even care so much? Maybe because most of us have an ex we can't quite stop thinking about either. Maybe Justin's just like us, confused, nostalgic, and a little bitter when someone we once loved finds happiness. Ready to go deeper? Because it only gets messy from here. Let's not forget, Selena literally wrote a song called Same Old Love. She didn't mince words. She was tired of the roller coaster. Tired of the pain. Tired of him. So why are fans so desperate to link them back together? Because the myth of soulmates is powerful, especially when it's played out in public, in front of millions. But here's the tea, soulmates aren't always meant to stay. Sometimes they're lessons, not lifelines. Selena choosing Benny isn't just about moving on, it's about breaking the pattern. Finally, let's be honest, most of us have stayed in toxic situations far longer than we should have. Why? Because it was familiar. Because we thought love was supposed to hurt. Because Hollywood told us if we hang on long enough, the broken boy would change. Spoiler alert, he usually doesn't. Still with me? Good. The next part might hit home more than you expect. Selena isn't the only one who's had to relearn what love really looks like. Justin got married. He did the thing. He said the vows, took the photos, signed the papers. And yet, here we are. When he got with Hailey, fans expected a clean break from the Elena saga, a redemption arc piece. But marriage isn't a finish line. It's not a band-aid for unhealed wounds. In fact, if you're not ready, marriage only amplifies your issues. It's like moving into a glass house. You can't hide anything anymore. So maybe Justin's not a villain. Maybe he's just lost, hurting, watching someone he hurt find happiness without him, and not knowing what to do with that. Sound familiar? We've all watched someone walk away and glow up without us. Let's sit with that for a second. While the internet argues over Justin's intentions, Selena's been busy living, loving, healing. Her engagement announcement wasn't dramatic. It wasn't performative. It was quiet, deliberate, healthy. That is the flex. She didn't post a revenge pic. She didn't throw shade. She just moved forward. And that's what true healing looks like. We glamorize chaos, but real growth is boring. It's boundaries. Therapy. Reading the text and choosing not to respond. It's choosing the person who cares about the tiny details of who you are, not the one who only shows up when they see you shining without them. You know what's even more powerful than a public clapback? Silence. But don't get too comfy, we still need to talk about you. Here's the raw truth. Celebrity drama is just a mirror. We're not obsessed with Selena and Justin because of them. We're obsessed because they remind us of us. Our own heartbreaks. Our own regrets. The people we've loved too much. The ones we let go of too late. The times we chose chaos over calm because we didn't know better. Watching their story play out makes us feel a little less alone in our own mess. But it also offers a lesson, one most of us don't want to hear. Closure isn't something someone gives you. It's something you decide to take. That ache you feel? That nostalgia? That what if? It's not your soulmate calling. It's your trauma asking to be released. And yes, it sucks. But letting go is not a loss. It's an upgrade. Still holding on to something that's long gone? Keep reading. Selena didn't choose Benny just to make Justin jealous. She chose him because she finally realized she deserves peace. You do too. You deserve the person who sees you on your worst days and still shows up. The one who remembers how you take your coffee and when your anxiety peaks. The one who doesn't disappear when things get real. You don't need a perfect Instagram post. You need someone who brings you soup when you're sick and listens when you spiral. Love isn't about fireworks. It's about safety. And safety is not boring. It's revolutionary. So maybe the real story isn't about Justin versus Benny. It's about choosing differently. Choosing better. Choosing you. You made it to the end. And maybe you're still wondering what happens next. Will Justin move on? Will Selena and Benny last? Will Hailey clap back? Maybe. Maybe not. But that's not what matters. What matters is that you take this story, this messy, beautiful, heartbreaking story, and let it remind you of your own power. You're not defined by who left, who watched from the sidelines, or who never appreciated your worth. You are the main character. And your next chapter? You get to write it. So, I want to hear from you. Have you ever thought love would fix everything only to realize you had to fix yourself first? Drop your story in the comments. Let's heal loud. Let's grow together. And let's root for each other the way we all should have been rooting for ourselves all along. Sparkling heart.